So we're going to go through and get the best players at each position for the month of June.
The entire month of June. The first Monday episodes of the month are always fun because it's just like a much bigger picture.
Yeah.
It just feels more substantial. And now we're in our new studio on the new set.
Great.
We got the beautiful board behind us. So this is not team of the week. This is team of the month, position by position, picking the best at each spot for the entire month of June. Let's start at catcher with Houston Astros catcher Yainer Diaz. 310, 5 homers, 12 RBIs, and 8 doubles on the month, which is, I just love this because I don't think anybody really saw this coming. No. The Astros catcher was and still is Martin Maldonado, but having this guy come up and it just adds so much depth to a team. It gives you so much more capability to start Maldonado and then take him out and believe in him to come in. And so he had a fantastic month, the best month of any catcher in the game of baseball.
That's epic.
Yeah.
All right, moving up to first base, Matt Olson.
This one was tough for me. This one was tricky. But I ended up going with Matt Olson because of his 11 home runs in the month of June. 11 homers in the month, and ended up with 25 RBIs, an OPS of 993, and a All-Star nod. He will be heading to Seattle as well for the All-Star game. But Matt Olson this year has been so streaky, and like he started off really well, and then he was going through this really bad stretch, but it appears he is locked in for an entire month. So I went with Matt Olson and his 11 home runs in the month. He's my first baseman.
Moving on to second base. The man on a mission for 400 batting average this season, Luis Arraez.
When you're on a mission for 400, you need to have a lot of months hitting over 400.
You do.
And in the month of June, also the month that Luis Arraez came on flipping bats, he hit 406 with 2 homers.
Yeah, he's not a big power.
The guy
homer
hit 2 homers in the month. Give him some credit here. 19 RBIs, only 7 strikeouts in the entire month. I had some nights in minor league baseball where I'd strike out 7 times in a game. Not really. That never happened. I just like to make fun of myself because it helps heal. It helps heal the pain. 406, Luis Arraez. Great month for him. He is my second baseman.
And at third base, Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, 330. I'm really happy about this. He turned around. He was having a struggling start to the year. Just not one we've become accustomed to for Jose Ramirez. 337 home runs, 23 RBIs, and an OPS north of 1,000 on the month. So he is my third baseman.
Moving on to shortstop, Corey Seager.
Corey Seager, 368. 5 homers, 25 RBIs, and an OPS just south of 1,100. Also with the All-Star game nod there. Look, this Rangers offense has been the best offense in baseball, and they've done a lot of it this year without having Corey Seager. And I know he's been hurt for a lot of the year, but you want to look at somebody's numbers on the entire year and look at some impressive numbers, go look at Corey Seager. He is having quite the year. He's just, in terms of being the most valuable player, he's in a tough spot because he's in the American League. But if it weren't for Shohei Ohtani, we'd be talking about a Corey Seager MVP type season. He's my shortstop.
All right, moving to the outfield. Now, remember, this is not necessarily by position, just the top 3 outfielders in any order. First one, you got Nick Castellanos.
All-Star Nick Castellanos had a good month as well. 351, 5 home runs, 21 RBIs, and a much-deserved All-Star game appearance. And Nick just hits. I was teammates with Nick in the Tigers organization. I believe he came down and played on the team that he was rehabbing at the time, and then in spring training. He's just always hit. And last year was a bit of a step back for him with a new team, with the Phillies. He just never, it was a struggle of a year for him. So this year, to have the year he is, to have an all-star year has been exciting to see. So he is my first of 3 outfielders.
Your second, Michael Harris II.
Michael Harris II in the month of June raised his batting average over 60 points.
That's incredible.
And how do you do that? You do it by hitting 372 with 5 homers, 14 RBIs, and an OPS over 1,000, while hitting out of the 9 spot for the Atlanta Braves. He hits 9th in that lineup.
That's crazy.
And he's one of the 3 best outfielders in the game of baseball this month, and one of quite a few Braves on the team of the month, and foreshadowing there's about to be another one.
Yes, there is. And he's also currently the National League MVP favorite right now at this point, Ronald Acuña Jr.
Ronald Acuña Jr. stepped up his pace for a 40-70 season. He hit a power surge late in the month. 356, 9 homers on the month, an OPS over 1,100, and 14 stolen bases in the month. Add on top of all of that, 7 doubles. He had some really good defensive plays. I think he took a step up defensively as well, which, we love offense. Mm-hmm. Defense ain't getting you on the team of the month. It's offense, and he had all of that. So he's on pace for, right now, at least a 30-70 season, 30 homers, 70 stolen bases, right close to on pace for a 40-70 season. So also the leading vote getter in all of baseball for the All-Star game, beat out Shohei Ohtani in the American League. He was the leading vote getter in the National League and will be a starter out there for them, this is his first healthy full season back from the brutal injury he had right before the All-Star game in 2021. So this is the Ronald Acuña we were seeing before the injury, and now he's just come back and been even better. So I'm happy about this.
Yeah, I think everyone's happy about it. I mean, he was the leading vote getter. Everyone wanted this to happen. Okay, let's move on to the designated hitter, which is a man who had the best month in the history of baseball, Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously on this team. 394, 15 homers, 29 RBIs, a 1444 OPS, which is the highest in a month since Lou Gehrig.
Whew.
I mean, Lou Gehrig. You heard of him? Yeah, you have.
Yep.
Unbelievable. I talked about him a ton at the time. It's the greatest month in the history of baseball when you add in his pitching. But offensively, it rivals one of the greatest months we have ever seen in the history of baseball offensively. He is my DH.
Moving to starting pitcher, someone that we got to sit down with when we were in San Diego, Blake Snell.
Just dominated. Back to Blake Snell was a Cy Young Award winner.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears he's gotten back to that. 3-1. He gave up 3 earned runs in the month of June. 3 earned runs in the entire month. 53 strikeouts, 31 innings pitched, and an opponent batting average of just 124. We talked to him. We talked to him on the field in San Diego. We had an episode of the exclusive interview with Blake Snell come out and really dove into the reasoning why everything has turned around. And that reasoning, golf.
Yeah. Not thinking about it. Not
golf.
Overthinking it.
Yeah.
Just having fun.
Just back to not overthinking it and playing a lot of golf and MLB The Show is the reason that Blake Snell is my starting pitcher on Team of the Month.
All right, and wrapping things up with the closing pitcher, Felix Bautista.
7 saves on the month, 22 strikeouts, and just 10 2/3 innings pitched. Add on top of that, 0 walks.
Yep.
And only 6 hits in the entire month. So there were some players with more saves. Jordan Romano on the month had 12 saves, but he just wasn't as dominant as Felix Bautista, who is striking out guys at a clip of, 18 per 9, which is just nuts. He's also, I watched him pitch on Sunday as well. I know it doesn't count for the month, but guys out there touching 103. He's an all-star. And shout out him and Yennier Cano for being named all-stars. 2 relievers on the same team being named an all-star for the Orioles. They've been fantastic, but Yennier Cano never got that closing spot, and it's because of how dominant Felix Bautista was and has been all year long. But he is my closer on Team of the Month because I think he was just by far the most dominant.
Yeah,